everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, my name is Griselda. As you can see, I have absolutely nothing on my skin, and that is because in today's video I have partnered up with Covergirl to talk to you guys about their brand new TruBlend Undercover Concealers, which you guys will see in this video how they perform. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information before I jump into this video and show you guys how I like to use them. These concealers come in 30 shades. They are super high pigment, they're easy to blend out, and they're vegan and cruelty free. And I really love the fact that Covergirl made this super easy for you to select your shade. For example, I use T10 in the TruBlend Matte Made Foundation, which is golden amber. So my shade would be T100 in the concealer, which is also golden amber. And I wanted to swatch it for you, so I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the foundation first so you guys can see what it looks like. And this is locked. Okay, Griselda, unlock it. Blend that out so you guys can see what it looks like next to each other. So this is the foundation and this is the concealer. Also in this video, I will show you guys how I like to use these concealers to highlight and contour. I have been using these for a few weeks now, so I'm able to share with you guys how I like to use them. First, we're gonna go ahead and start off with priming the skin, and I'm gonna be using the TruBlend Base Business Skin Primer. This is a mattifying primer, and I like to apply about this amount on my whole entire face. And of course, we like to focus that in the center of the face, which is the area where I usually get the most oily. Let's not forget the forehead. Next, I'm going to be using my TruBlend Matte Made Foundation in the shade T10. And I'm going to be using this sponge. This is one of my favorite drugstore foundations because it just gives you a really nice overall coverage. And it just leaves your skin looking really nice and smooth. And the fact that the sponge just expands this big, it just makes your foundation application a lot quicker. Let's not forget the neck. Alright, so first we're going to start off with T100, which is my actual concealer shade. This is just going to help cover up any pigmentation. As you guys can see, it's a little dark right here, so I'm going to apply this shade right underneath. And I really love the fact that the concealer comes with a really large dome brush, and it just helps kind of distribute the product evenly, and you don't have to go back in to the concealer and pick up more product because it takes out enough right on the actual brush. So we're just gonna pop that right underneath. And you can leave the concealer like this because it does brighten up underneath the eyes, but you know me, and I always like to look extra highlighted, so we are going to do that extra step. So using that same sponge, we're just going to blend this out, and I do like to blend it out pretty quick just so it doesn't dry down. And you see how it instantly just covered that pigmentation underneath. Gives me a really nice airbrush finish underneath my eyes. It's always a plus for a woman my age. Alright, so moving on to highlight, I'm going to be using the shade M100, which is a golden neutral. And first I'm going to start off by just highlighting underneath the eyes. And I'm not putting a lot of it on, I'm just using a little bit because a little bit does go a long way with this concealer. Look at that. Oh, so good. I just love how it instantly brightens underneath my eyes, and it blends so nicely that it kind of melts into the skin. Mira, que bonito. We're just gonna go ahead and highlight the rest of the face. Now to contour, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of dab it on because a little bit does go a long way. And I'm going to be using a brush to blend it out. And I can go back in and add a little bit more if I do need it. But I always like to start off with a small amount because they are super pigmented. So always start really, really light and then build. The first time I used it, I put a generous amount and I was like, whoa, this is a little too much. But playing with it and just kind of testing it out kind of helped me realize that I just needed a little bit. I didn't need a lot. Just like instantly like warms up the skin. And then if I need a little bit more, I just go back in. And then you just can go back in with the sponge and just kind of blend everything together. Who here has tried TruBlend Matte Mate Foundation? Because if you haven't tried it, you definitely need to get your hands on it. Covergirl did not come to play with these concealers. All right, so now that you have the concealer, the highlight, and the contour all done, we're gonna go ahead and set. We're gonna be using the TruBlend Minerals Loose Mineral Powder, and this is in the shade 50 Translucent. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of that on the cap. It's just gonna make it easier for me to like work off of that, and then pick it up with the sponge. And we're gonna go ahead and set the under eye. I love setting my under eyes with this powder because it is a mineral powder, so it keeps the under eye looking really nice and smooth. To bronze up the skin, we're gonna use the Sculpt Expert. This is from the Full Spectrum collection, and this is in the shade Sunlight. And we're picking that up with a more tapered, fluffy brush. I'm just gonna add that right on top of the contour and then bring it down. This is just gonna set the concealer, and it's just gonna give it a really nice like bronze overall look. Now we're gonna use the shade Banana in the TruBlend Minerals Loose Powder, and we are going to use that to bake underneath the cheekbone. And we're gonna do the exact same thing and pick it up with the sponge and just kind of carve out to give your face a little bit more structure. And then of course you don't want to leave it on for too long, so we're just gonna dust that off. And then dust everything else off. Alright, so now that we have the skin looking really nice, we're gonna go ahead and highlight. We are gonna be using this TruBlend Super Stunner Hyper Glow Highlight, and this is in the shade Gilded Glory. I'm just gonna pick that up with a fluffy brush, and we're just gonna pop that right on the cheekbone area. This is definitely giving me a wet look without the water. All right, you guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm super excited for you guys to be trying this concealer. It honestly does perform just as good as a super high-end concealer. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Let me know if you're super excited to try this, and I will see you guys in my next video.